Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to today's episode of The Modern Internet is a Scam. I'm your host, Louis Rossman. I did a video where I was talking about we recovered data sending me a cease and desist. That cease and desist about my content led me to look up as much as I could about them. And one of the things that myself and a friend of mine, K. Dean, found is that they had people that were claiming to work for them that were soliciting reviews on different social media platforms, saying if you review us, I'll review you, and vice versa. And I did a video demonstrating all of those review swaps and showing you pictures of everything from K. Dean's investigation. Now, this is something that K. Dean isn't interested in, but she decided to revisit it after we recovered data, wanted to look into me and file the cease and desist. And one of the things that you found is that we recovered data is not the only company taking part in some of these practices. Today, I wanted to show you what's going on with a company called Salvagedata, and I'm going to ask you for your opinion on what you think is happening here, because I'm not here to say that these are fake reviews. I'm not going to say that it looks like this company paid somebody else for reviews. I am going to say it's very fishy when you see that there are dozens upon dozens of reviews left for Salvagedata on the same day that all of these people just so happen to leave reviews for a psychic and the exact same auto shop in Poland. So I'm going to bring up some of these that I found funny, and you tell me what you think. Benoit Sebastian, on the exact same day that he reviewed Salvagedata in San Francisco, California, also reviewed a psychic and astrologer spiritual healer in Charlotte, North Carolina. Same day these reviews were left. So guy must be traveling a lot. MD Akbar Hassan reviewed an astrologer and psychic healer in Maidstone, Australia on the same day that he reviewed Salvagedata in Miami, Florida. Mohammed Mdan reviewed Boss Auto in Poland the same week that he reviewed Salvagedata in Sherman Oaks, California. But it gets better because there's somebody else who also reviewed Boss Auto in Poland on the same day that they reviewed not one Salvagedata location, but two Salvagedata locations, one in Plano, Texas, and one in Carrollton, Texas. And of course, that same person reviewed an astrologer in Montreal. Hiru Patiru, my apologies if I mispronounce your name, reviewed a psychic spiritual healer around the North Carolina area, and also reviewed not one, not two, but three Salvagedata locations in the same day. That's crazy. So this guy lost his data and then got it recovered by three separate locations all in the same day. Wow. And every single one of these people just so happens to have also reviewed an astrologist on the exact same day located on the other side of the country. Now, the way I see it, and this is just my opinion, but you tell me if I'm wrong here, behind door number one, every psychic in the country is recommending that people visit Salvagedata and this one automotive repair shop in Poland all on the same day. Behind door number two, something fishy is going on here. Now, where I'm located, we have a next stop at the Fulu Onya Chateau, and while I was walking over to the laundromat because this hotel that I'm staying at doesn't have laundry, I noticed that there was a psychic, and I actually stopped by to ask them because I was just curious, if I want to get my hard drive recovered, where do you recommend? And unfortunately, they said that they only do palm readings. They are not going to actually answer questions. So I wasn't able to get a straight answer. But one thing that I think would be really interesting to do is start visiting psychics and asking them who they recommend for their data recovery. Because if I visit 50 psychics in a row and every single psychic says, bro, you gotta go to Salvagedata. Even if you're not missing any data, they will fix your life. Everything will be better after you go there. Then you know what? Maybe something fishy isn't going on in the data recovery community. Maybe something fishy is going on in the psychic community. But if that's not what I find, then you know where I'm going with this, because I'm going the same place that most of you reading this are going with this. And the thing that makes me sad about this the most with the modern internet is the fact that my website, which was completely human generated, I don't do any fake reviews, I don't pay people for reviews, I don't even offer people discounts for reviews, I do none of that bullshit. Companies that will have Google listings that are literally a UPS store. Like, somebody's going to go there thinking that there's a data recovery lab, thinking there's a PC3000, thinking that there's a technician, and they're going to find a UPS store. Show up routinely at the top of the Google results for everything. And the thing that bothers me is that they are shoving AI into every single corner of our lives. Yet this bullshit, which I think that ChatGPT 3.5 on the unpaid plan would be able to catch easily without hitting a rate limit, is continuously not only showing up, but showing up in the top of Google. You're not allowed on Google to list locations on Google Maps if they are not staffed by people that actually work at your company and perform the services that your company is offering. We've went over that many times when it comes to We Recover Data. And these listings for this business still show up everywhere around the country. There are dozens, perhaps hundreds of Salvage Data locations listed on Google Maps. And I'm going to take a guess that if you were to visit those locations, that they're not going to have a PC3000 on site. And the fact that with all of the AI bullshit that is being shoved into every single product nowadays, somebody's not able to flag this and say, it seems kind of fishy that dozens and dozens of people are reviewing the exact same psychic on the exact same day that they're reviewing 3 Salvage Data locations, all in different parts of the world, sometimes 8,000 miles apart. There's nothing weird about that. These reviews will probably stay up. The listings will probably stay up. And everything will likely continue going the way that it is. Because in my opinion, and you tell me if you think I'm going overboard here, a lot of the modern internet is just a scam. The thing that annoys me about this is that it just contributes to people believing that they just can't trust the system. When you show up at a business and you have an experience that is fundamentally different than what all of the reviews said, you're less likely to trust the reviews. When you go to Google Maps and you look up 3 different businesses and you show up to 3 of those different places and neither of them provides the service that was offered, they're just a mailing depot, you're not going to trust the map anymore. And the thing that I've talked about a lot is that when companies take part in some of these behaviors, in the short term, there might be a boost for it, but it really does contribute to us living in a more low trust society where you cannot trust basic shit. You cannot trust reviews. You can't trust maps. You can't trust that a listing is what it says it is. And that is going to come back to bite all of us in the ass, not just you or I as a business owner. And again, to be clear here, I am talking about a competitor. There is a conflict of interest, but come on, man. I've also said many nice things about a number of other companies that work in the data recovery field that are honest, and I actually have an entire page of my site dedicated to talking about them. Desert Data Recovery, $300 Data Recovery, Jessa Jones at iPad Rehab, iBoard Repair, and many others that do good work without taking part in any of this bullshit. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I really do want to hit up more local psychics. Every time I go to one now, I'm going to ask is there a rate for you to answer a question? Which data recovery company should I go to? And if all of them say Salvage Data, I will eat my words. I'll let you know how that goes if I make the time for it. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.